Paradise, the place you long for all your life. You in a university, manifesting all your dreams. With paradise, your land is home. Writing contracts on your own. Protect your loved ones every day. Knowledge goes a long, long way. You in a university for me. University for me. UNA. Paradise, all your life. Diversity, all your dreams. Land is home, on your own. Every day, long, long way. UNA University for me. UNA, yeah, welcome to your paradise, the place you long for all your life. With UNA University, we're manifesting all our dreams. I'm yours truly, Marie. Welcome, welcome, yeah. UNA University for me. Yes, 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 yes. UNA. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm yours truly, Marie, representing for UNA University, UNA Republic, United Nations from America, where we help you find your social freedom, your financial freedom, and most importantly, your spiritual freedom. Let's go. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Y'all see it? I gotta give shouts out to Dr. Pepper today. Y'all know why. Oh, you need me to break it down. Dr. Pepper, baby, it's good and nice. Do-do-do. Okay, so we're gonna give a shout out. We're gonna talk about this. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We're gonna talk about Dr. Pepper. We're gonna talk about today's topic, which is universal law of abundance. All right, we're going to go into it on a couple of different levels. And then this situation here, which is a viral situation, it plays into that, this law of abundance or universal law of abundance that we're going to be talking about today. So I want to once again welcome everybody. I'm yours truly, Marie. We are broadcasting on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, X, and Rumble. All right. Also, you guys can catch us at unarepublic.com. We're broadcasting there. So anytime, if anything happens with our broadcast, you can catch us at unarepublic.com or on any of the other different platforms, because y'all know sometimes I go into the topics and some people don't like that I be telling all the goody stuff. All right, so we're going to get into it today. Once again, we're broadcasting live on TikTok, X, Twitch, YouTube, Rumble. All right, so let's get into this thing, universal law of abundance, and we're going to talk about Dr. Pepper, baby. All right, we're going to get into that. So I want to welcome everybody. Let me see who I have in the house today on TikTok and YouTube. I want y'all to like, share, and subscribe. My TikTok people, follow and share the live. I want to see some hearts in the house. Let's see, I want to get to my live here on YouTube so I can see all the people in the house. As a matter of fact, let me go here. Okay, just welcoming everybody in the house. As we move through the technical things. All right, excuse me, take some scissors. I see some hearts. I see some hearts on TikTok. Thank you, TikTok. I love you. I love you. Thank you, all my people on YouTube. Welcome. So glad to have you. I'm wearing my Dr. Pepper colors right here. I'm just trying. I'm representing for Dr. Pepper. All right. We're gonna give a shout out. Before I get into that, I want to make sure you all know about our packages, some of our products and services that we have here with UNA. All right, the trust. Now, I need to let you guys know. In 2026, we're moving to another level. Every year, hello Elmore. Every year, y'all know we stay leveling up. All right, level up. So we stay leveling up. This trust package, if you have not gotten it, I encourage you to get it because we have leveled up and we're going to keep leveling up. And I want to make sure that you are getting it right now so that you don't have to, go too sky high when it's time for you to get one. So I want to encourage you to get the membership trust package. It comes with all of your documentations so that you're under trust properly. We have a membership badge. We have an allodial ID that deals with your spiritual name. All right. And also on the back, there is the QR code so that when you ever are in need of accessing your certified documents, they're on record with UNA. We're also going to put your documents on record for you. And most importantly, this package comes with an education, an 8-session course, so that you can understand what it is you're filing, why you're filing it, what goes on it, what the power of it is. Okay. So anything in this 8-week session or 8-week session or 8-session course, anything in there, what you're going to find is anything that deals with sovereignty, whether it be the birth certificate authentication, taking over your Social Security number on irs.gov, your passport, SF-181, and most importantly, your trust. Anything that deals with sovereignty, you're going to find it in this class. So get this trust package. Find us at unauniversity.com, and you can go and get this package. Also, if you are on TikTok people, name, number, email. Let's get to it. Give me your name, number, email so we can send you the information you need so you can get this trust package, okay? Hello, Nikki. Welcome. All my people on YouTube, welcome. User and QO, welcome. Also, want to make sure you all know about the beginner law book. If you are interested in the beginner law book, please go to unauniversity.com and you can get this universal UNA beginner law book. Okay, this is the UNA beginner law book. And so I encourage you all to get this. This is the physical copy. If you get the physical copy, it's going to come with an extra hierarchy of law chart, universal law chart, and vibratory frequency chart. All of these are in the book. And by the way, we're about to go over these charts, but all of these are in the book. We give you an extra copy because we want you to put them up on your wall, on your refrigerator, on your mirrors, so that these laws can become a part of you. Also, if you get the physical copy, you're going to get the civilization cycle as well as the societal totem pole. Okay. This book is very powerful, and we're going to go over some of the laws in this book and those charts that I just showed you. Also, for my people who want to tap into their supernatural power, the book is out. The book is out. Go to unauniversity.com to purchase this book. unauniversity.com to purchase this book. Okay? So we're going to get into the session. Let's go. Universal law of abundance is what we're talking about today. And so we came with this session because, we got to be reminded that we live in abundance. And so what I'm going to do is pull up a couple of our charts that we tend to deal with. And once again, everybody who's joining us, welcome, 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 and welcome. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Our people on TikTok, share it, like it, love it. Okay? Give it to somebody else. Follow. Now, I know y'all see this back here. I know you see it. I know you see it. Okay, we're going to talk about that later on. And I'm giving a tribute to Dr. Pepper. I'm going to say it right now. Dr. Pepper, baby. So I want to give a tribute to them. I'm dedicating this show to them. No, this is not sponsored by Dr. Pepper. When I see a company doing something right, I got to give props. And that's what I'm doing today. So we riding with Dr. Pepper today. And stay tuned because I do have something special for you because I'm celebrating what Dr. Pepper has done, for this young lady. And we're going to talk about it later. So let's get into the session now. Today's session is dealing with universal law of abundance. So, welcome, Tony. Welcome, free to be me. Yes, you are. All my TikTok people, say something. So I know you're in the house. Say something. Let me make sure I scroll down here. The Amber Turner. All right, welcome. Okay, so let's get into this thing, what we're talking about, and how this situation, this viral situation, really plays into what we're talking about today. So we're going into the universal, or the topic tonight is universal law of abundance. And I need to go into this first document here, which is one of the charts that we put in with the universal law book, the beginner law book. Genesis, welcome, 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 welcome. All right, so now put this on the screen for me, Savvy, and let's go into this. And you all let me know if my audio is good, if it's not good, or if my videos is not good, or we're choppy. Let me know. Let us know so we can fix it. Okay, so now we've got the hierarchy of laws, and what I want to establish here is we're got up here the universal law. So the topic is universal law of abundance, but I want to make this clear that there is no law of abundance per se in the universal laws. However, what I want to establish underneath the universal laws is natural laws. And one of the things that we haven't been taught about natural laws, first of all, natural laws deal with the natural ways of objects and beings that manifest in the third dimension. Let me zoom in here so we can see this on a larger level. All right. So natural laws, they deal with the natural ways of objects and beings that have manifested in the third dimension. So one of the other principles of natural laws is that we live in abundance. Natural laws state that we live in abundance. So what does that mean? When you go and plant a seed, the law is that it's going to return to you many times over. That's the law. That's how nature operates. And it's only, and I don't like to use the word reflect, but when I say mimic, then people don't understand what I'm saying. But the universal laws are only governed by, natural laws are only governed by universal laws. So natural laws are only governed by universal laws. And so they're doing what the universal laws have stated. Okay. So I wanted to make that clear about the hierarchy of laws, that we're really talking about natural law when we say abundance. Universal law of abundance, really, we're talking about natural laws when we say abundance. But let's get into universal laws and understand one of the laws that I is one of my favorites and that I want to abundance. All right. I don't know why I got kicked out of my session, but I did. I'm back. I's back. All right. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right. Put this on the screen for me, Savvy. The Amber Turner says, I enjoyed the book. All right, Amber. I want you to tell me what you enjoyed. I'm gonna get some of y'all in a live one day. We're gonna talk about the book because I want to hear what you think. I don't know what happened, high vibe tribe. I don't know what happened, but I'm back. All right, they're not gonna stop this. We're gonna keep it going. Okay, so let's go into this now. We're talking about the universal laws and natural laws. All right, going into the universal law chart. So I've already explained, we talked about how natural law says that we live in abundance. Okay, I want to go into the universal law chart, which has escaped my possession. All right, I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna fix it. Hold on, let me see. uh Let me get my universal law chart up here. I'm gonna tell you what I've been doing, so y'all know. I have been putting or trying to log in and get my cryptocurrency going, and I've been loading these. I've had to load these things on my computer, and it's really my computer's like, I don't like it. I don't like it, and so I've just had a lot of technical issues. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. So getting my crypto going and all of the programs I've been loading on my computer, it is not happy. So, but we're gonna keep it moving. Okay, so now here is the universal law chart. And one of my favorite laws that I like to use right here, law of compensation. Law of compensation states all energies, positive and negative, that we put into the universe are returned to us many times over. Multiply the return on your positive investments of energy. So there are two things that I need to state here when we're talking about universal laws. Okay. The main principle of universal laws is whatever you put out must come back. Whatever you put out, it must come back. So when you're talking about karma, right? That's another thing you hear people say. Karma is just a universal principle where you put something out and then it has to return. But people look at karma as a negative thing, right? But it's just a principle. So here's another principle that you want to take into account. And this is going to be big as we go through this. If you want it, you must give it away. If you want it, you must give it away. And when you give it away, it must come back by law. When we're talking about karma and we're talking about universal principles, if you put it out, it must come back by law. This is when we're dealing with the law of compensation, right? So if you put some bad energy out, it's going to come back. So we're getting this now. We got universal law, and we also are understanding that abundance is really dealing with nature and natural law. Okay. If you put it out, it must come back. We live in abundance. So, and we're going to get into this. Now, we're understanding now what the principles are, what the laws are, and how important it is to recognize that when you put an energy out, it's coming back. If you want it to be positive, coming back, make sure you put out positive. Because if you put out dirt, it's going to come back whether you like it or not. Okay, so we're understanding that. Good. Now, let's get on this because I need to also establish this, that this third dimension, it is mathematical. All right, it's a mathematical dimension. What does that mean? Everything works on a number system or a frequency. Okay, so let's understand what I mean when I say that. Okay, because we know that when you put out an energy, it must come back. We know those are laws. We're recognizing that things are mathematical and everything works on a wave. So you can describe things either with a sound wave, numerically, or with a light wave. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, and I want y'all to keep paying attention because I'm going to give you an assignment to do so that you can see these laws work for yourself. Some of you have already seen it. You just haven't recognized that these are laws that are operating in this dimension. So when we're talking about this being a mathematical dimension, we're saying that it's numerical. And once you understand that it is numerical, then you have the ability to make this dimension act or show up the way you want it to show up. All right. Once again, when you know that this dimension is mathematical and you respect the universal laws and natural laws, then you can make this dimension show up the way you want it to show up. And I'm going to go into some math today, and I'm going to couple them with these universal laws so that we can understand how we gain the abundance that we're looking for. All right. So we're going into the universal laws. We're going into the hierarchy of laws. And then we're going to go into the vibratory frequency and understand how all of this stuff ties in. All right. So our main law we're looking at today is law of compensation. Once again, I want to welcome everybody in the house, and we're moving. Are we? I want to make sure we are. We're not cutting off on YouTube or TikTok. Want to make sure we're not cutting off. If y'all have any kind of cutting, let me know. All right, so if y'all have any kind of cutting out, are we good? Can you all hear me okay? Thomas says I'm late. All right. You just in time. You just in time. So glad you're here. All right, so let's go. We're good. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure my tech people. All right. So here's where we are. Okay. We've got a situation where we're recognizing that. Okay. What's going on? Hold on. What's going on? I want to welcome everybody once again. Okay, so let's get into this. I want to go into some numbers. So we've understood this is a mathematical dimension here and that everything is numbers. Now let's go into what we need to do in order to get the universe to work with us and bring abundance to us, because I have a lot of people who feel like, oh, well, I give, I show love, and I do this, but they're not recognizing the truth about what they're doing. Okay, they're not recognizing the truth about what karma is. They're not recognizing the truth about the energies that they're putting out. So we're going to go into it today. Okay, I wanted to start here where we talk about numbers. We talked about numbers, the frequency, and amplitude. Okay, let me show this if I can get to it. Let's see. Let's see. We're going to try it. Okay. So put this on the screen for me, Savvy. That I want to go into this. All right. So right here, what I want to make clear is that whenever you put an energy out, it is a currency. And that currency, when you put it out, it's going to reflect back on you, or it's going to return to you within a certain amount of time at a certain level. So let me say this again. When we're dealing with the law of compensation, and let me go to the law of compensation here. Okay. When we're dealing with this law of compensation, when you put an energy out, one energy, it's going to return to you in multiples. It doesn't just come back one to one. The same way when you plant a seed, it's going to come back many times over. If I plant a tomato seed, I'm going to get a lot of tomatoes with a lot of seeds in each tomato. All right. So it's important to recognize that when you put an energy out, it's going to come back many times over. Now, when we're talking about the frequency, we're talking about how fast it comes back. So if it comes back in 1 day or 10 days, and normally when you have an energy that you put out, it comes back in 7 to 10 days. Now I've seen mine, they come back the next day, sometimes within hours. I've seen them. And then the amplitude, meaning how much that energy you put out amplified. So if you put out $1, for example, that's an energy, that's a currency. If you put it out with the right energy, with love, that's coming back 10 times over. Y'all heard it in the Bible, right? The Bible, remember I told you, their ancestors that were writing the Bible, women, sibyls, and oracles. And those laws were changed, but they couldn't take out all the things that she had written down in that book. Her scriptures, they couldn't change all of it. But what in there, it says tenfold. And if you put it out with the right energy, it's coming back even more than tenfold. So you guys have done it before, where you've been somewhere on the corner, at the gas station. All right. Somebody needed some money, and you just said, here you go. And you gave it out of the kindness of your heart. You did it with love. You weren't expecting anything back. And then next thing you know, somewhere down the line, you needed help. And somebody turned around, and that money you gave, it multiplied. You gave $3, well, you probably got what, 15 back, 30 back. And you didn't recognize it was a law. We're going into that tonight as well. When you give and you show love, and even if you make somebody happy, you make them smile, by law, those energies must be returned to you. Okay? So now we're going to do some numbers, but I want to show this. Okay. I want to show this. This is how an energy works. When you put an energy out, there is a ripple effect. And this is why we talk about things can be represented in waves. There's a ripple effect. And there's an amplitude there as well as a frequency. So the frequency would be how fast it comes back to you. So let me go back here. Okay. Frequency is how fast it comes back to you. Okay. So when that energy hits, how fast and how high is that wave? So again, depending on whether you put it out with love or not, or how much of the energy you gave, you're going to see it coming back. This is just a law. But that first wave, that's going to be the one you see the fastest. And how high it is going to be determined by how much love you put it out with. And then what happens is when we're talking about, that's the amplitude, we're talking about the frequency, how long the effect goes. Because you're going to continue to see, if you put out something with love, you're going to continue to see that ripple effect where people are doing kind things for you. Things are going to just show up for you. And if you know the law, you're going to know it's coming. If you know the law, you're going to know it's coming. And it's going to be determined by the energies you put it out with. Okay, so now we're understanding amplitude and frequency. What I would like to do now, I want to do some math. Because again, we talked about this is a mathematical dimension. This is a mathematical dimension. So we're just talking about working for the universe. By the way, I'm Diva Laree, and I work for the universe. That's where my funds come from, the universe. So for me, I want you to start working for the universe so that when it comes time for you to move on from your job, you're not concerned about that. Because you work for the universe. If you knew these laws, and this is why these universal laws are kept from you. Because if you knew the law and you could work for the universe, well, why are you working for man? When the universe is going to pay you so much better. Pay attention. Pay attention. If you put out $1, this is a currency. That is a currency. If you put out $1 with love, even the Bible's telling you tenfold that it should yield you $10. And I'm going to get into some things too that I know some people have asked me about, okay? But just pay attention to this. When you put out an energy, first of all, the universe knows your intent. The universe knows your intent. Let me go right here. Those of y'all who have the vibratory frequency chart, there you go. Look at those numbers on there. When you put out an energy, the universe already knows your intent. So if you're putting out energy up here with whether it be courage, neutrality, love, the higher you are up in here, the higher your return. Look at the numbers. All right. The higher you are here, the higher your return. If you're putting something out with anger, fear, grief, apathy, well, then you're in the lower vibratory frequency. It's going to be hard for you to manifest anything because money doesn't like to deal with people who are operating in this energy. Let me say it again. Money does not like to deal with people who are operating in this energy here. So when you put this currency out, this $1, the universe knows your intent. The universe does not care if you put it out for the gas bill, light bill, water bill, or for the person on the corner. The universe does not care. The only thing the universe is concerned with is what is your intent. So when you put that $1 out, the better your energy is when you put that dollar out, the higher your return. We're talking about the law of compensation, the universal law of compensation. The higher your vibratory frequency is when you put that energy or currency out, the higher your return. This is a law. This is not something Diva LaRue made up. And I want you don't have anything to lose by listening to this, what I'm telling you. Okay, so now watch this now. If I put out $5, I'm going to just say if I put out $10, by the law of compensation, was this supposed to turn into $100? As long as I put it out with love. Right? Pay attention. Because we're just doing simple math here. We're doing simple math. All right. If I put $100 out, this is supposed to yield me 1,000. I got somebody who's saying to me, but Diva, but we're not supposed to be able to expect it. Hold on. 1 second. We're not supposed to be able to expect it. So, natural law, once again, dealing with the natural ways of the objects and beings which have manifested in the third dimension. So, if I plant a tomato seed, can I not expect for that seed to yield me tomatoes in 3 to 4 months if I'm making sure I have watered it, if I made sure that my soil is good and that there is no bacteria or any kind of other entities within the soil that's causing issues with my plants? Can I not expect that if I plant a tomato seed, that 3 to 4 months from now, that I'm going to be able to see tomatoes that I can actually eat? Can I not expect that? Somebody, anybody? Anybody? Is anybody listening? Yeah, I can expect that if I plant a tomato seed in 3 to 4 months, I'm going to have some tomatoes. Well, why can't I expect it if I plant Federal Reserve notes, which is a currency, that the universe is going to do the same thing with it as she does with every other energy that I've put out? If I put out a negative energy, well, I know that's coming back. It's the same thing. If I put out $1 and my intent is in the right place, well, I know that's coming back by law. Here's the difference, though. I said I know, but I'm not down here in desire. I gave it, and I already know I'm at peace with whatever the universe chooses to do, but I know how she works. So I'm not going to be sitting there. It's the same way. If I plant a tomato seed, I'm not going to go be digging it up to my, when it's coming up. Come on, soil. Come on, plant. No, I planted it. I already know. I just need to chill and let it be. And when it's ready, I will reap what I sowed. It's the same thing when you give. Watch this now. I'm going to say this again because somebody's missing it. The universe knows your intent, and the universe doesn't care if you're giving that $100 to somebody on the corner or you giving it to the light bill, gas bill, water bill, mortgage, car note. It doesn't care as long as you gave it with love. The problem is some of y'all, you don't recognize that money is an energy. You don't recognize that when you're signing your check and you're sending that off and you're looking at your bank account, you're putting energies on your whole universe. So when you're paying that car note or light bill or mortgage, you should be giving thanks. I am so honored that I have the resources to be in this wonderful home and have this wonderful roof over my head. Thank you for the lights to see. Thank you for the internet. I'm so glad to pay this bill. When you are in a sense of gratitude, the universe is going to return every dollar you put out, and the universe gives it back times 10 at least. But when you start doing that, my students know just on a legal level, we're going to get it back times 2 at least. You got to start understanding how this dimension works. It is mathematical. And yes, you do have a right to know it. Just know it. You don't have to have what do we call it? When you're being entitled. Don't be entitled. That's lower vibratory. Be grateful that you were able to give. And just know it's coming back. No stress. That's how this works. Again, it's mathematical. So let's go a little bit further here. Because I get people who will say, you know what, they use that B word that I don't like to use. That BR, that B word. I say, well, Devo, instead of saying they're financially challenged, they go and use that word and they don't understand that they have created a law when they open their mouth and speak these things. This is why we have word art, and I'm going to go into what we're doing in the university in a second, so stay tuned. But let's go a little bit farther. Let's say that you're going to need $500 coming up. I'm going to need $500. Give me a second. Let me make sure I make this clear. Okay? You need $500. Okay? So you're going to say, well, I don't have it. And this is how I teach people how to get into the university. Because when you are coming to be in the university, I need you higher vibratory. My higher vibratory people, they're going to find whatever they need to get into the university because they know that being in the university is going to change their life. I need you to be higher vibratory and at least be operating up here, because when you operate up here, then funds is not going to miss you. It's going to find you because you're not writing contracts talking about how you don't have. You're not writing that contract. You're speaking differently. You're starting to work for the universe. Watch this now. I need $500. Well, we already established that when you put one out, that you get many back, right? So if you're saying that to me, well, I know I ain't gonna have it, Devil. What I was gonna do? If we're working for the universe, what do we do if we know that whatever we do is tenfold when we do it with the right energy? Well, if it's tenfold, if I divide this by 10, what do I get? Somebody had to pull out a calculator. $50. Now, if I know that if I invest in the universe, that the universe is going to multiply the return of my investment by 10, then what does it hurt me to go and help somebody with $50? If I'm trying to get into a university, let me help somebody with $50 who is in the university. Maybe they can use it for some books. Maybe they can use it to help pay their tuition. But I'm going to help somebody. I'm going to give somebody $50 because I know that the universe is going to return it to me. Now, if you put it out with the right energy, you're going to see your return. But if you put it out with entitlement energy or expectation energy, well, you're going to have a hard time seeing it. You might see 20, you might see $200. Okay. But when you put it out with the right energy, the universe is going to return it. That's how the law works. Okay. And I want y'all to put your comments and questions in the comment section so I can get them before I get out of here. Put your comments and questions in the comment section so that I can get them when I get out of here. If you telling me, well, Diva, I don't even have $50. Okay. And if you don't have $50, your vibratory frequency, you need to work on it. But I'm going to help you even if you don't have $50. Start right here. Start with 5. Listen, this is your assignment. If you don't understand that these are laws, start giving. Start giving. Here you go, $5. Let's do it. Then what you want to do when you put that $5 out, then you can start recognizing the mathematical equation of your universe, because all of us have a different frequency and amplitude. Okay? So you give $5 and then watch the universe return it, because sometimes you'll get money and you don't recognize that it is a return. Y'all know those little susu programs where they, 4 people, and then they give some money, and then then somebody outside of them gives some money. Okay, that's kind of the same thing. And then the person in the middle gets a lot of money. You don't even have to do it with them. It's the same type of energy. But just give $5. It doesn't matter who you give it to, but give it as if you're working for the universe. I need to talk about the universal bank. Okay, the universal bank. Because a lot of times people act as though, well, the universe don't love me and God don't love me and good things don't come to good people. And you're not recognizing the energies that you put out, and the universe is constantly tallying them. Okay. So when you go to the universe and you're asking the universe for funds, and you're saying, universe, I need this $500. But then only thing you've been putting out is negative energy. You've been hating on this one and disrespecting that one. And then you go to the universal bank and you're asking when you haven't put any investment in, not into yourself nor anybody else. It's the same as if you go to the bank and you deposit your $100 into the bank. You say, well, Wells Fargo, listen, this is what I need. I need $100,000. Wells Fargo is going to look at you like, well, you didn't put but 100 in here. Are you asking me for 100,000? What's the same with the universe? What have you put into the universe such that you can receive what you're asking for? Okay, I need this to be made clear. Yes, the universe sees and hears and knows what your intent is. And when you put an energy out, she is going to return it to you many times over. I had somebody ask this question. They said, so Diva, are you saying that the universe is constantly watching us all the time and seeing everything that we do? Are you trying to say that we don't have any privacy and that everything we doing is being tabulated and a record's kept? Yes, 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 and yes. So what you want to do is be cognizant of the energies you're putting out. Make sure you're staying as much as possible, because we fluctuate, in a high vibratory frequency. Because yes, the universe is constantly tabulating and constantly recording everything and every energy that you're putting out. Okay, get back to here. People are saying, yeah, I need money. But instead of recognizing how the universe works, you want to go borrow it, or you want to go work real hard for it. When you work for the universe, well, the universe is going to return it for you. They want to go gamble for it. How about you just invest? We want to go to stock market. We want to go to all these other places. How about we invest in the universe? Diva, I need $5,000. If I can get the right symbol here. $5,000. And you know what's coming up, that you're gonna need $5,000. Okay. But I don't have it. How's gonna get it? Well then, if you invest in the universe, and I get it, some people, and I'm here to tell you this, because a lot of people, they tell you how to do step by step to making $1,000,000, or step by step to making 100,000, 6 figures. Okay, I'm gonna show you something. And I want you to pay attention to what they don't tell you. Okay. But I don't have $5,000 or $500 to give away, Diva. Okay, start here. Okay, start here. When you learn how to give, the universe shows up for you in a big way. The universe is going to return it in multiples. It's just law. We got to start learn. That's one of the things that we have lost in our society. I see my Albion folks, they do that a lot. They're more giving than we are. We've got to start giving more to each other. And as we start doing that, you're going to see how all of your gifts, that anything you get anyway, whether it be your job, whether it be some money that just came from somebody, or whatever it is, it's all coming from the universe. It's not coming from man. I don't even want to get into what's going on with your job. I won't get into that, but it's not coming from man. Okay, give me 1 second. Are we good, or are we repeating here? I just want to make sure we're on the same screen. Because I don't know if I'm freezing. It looks like I'm freezing over here on YouTube. Are we good on YouTube? My YouTube people, let me know if we're good over there, because it looks like we got some freezing going on. Okay. So all my TikTok people, thank you. Thank you, Royal. Renana, welcome. Okay, so I'm just trying to see if we're good. I'm getting some weird things on my computer over here. But let me just get back to this. You've got to recognize that, yes, the universe is keeping track of all of your energies and tabulating it. And when you are cognizant about the energies you put out, you do have the right to expect it, but you don't have that type of energy where you're entitled. You just know it. You got the right to know it. Just the same way you when you plant a tomato seed, I know in 4 months that if I'm done what I'm supposed to do with the soil, that I can expect a return. I know it. And I got good energy about it. I'm gonna let the soil do what it needs to do and let that seed do what it needs to do. I'm going to let the universe do what the universe needs to do. I already know her laws, so I can already know there will be a return. Okay. I want to give you some examples. Okay. Because I talked about how you will have people who come on and they say, well, I got $1 million. I was homeless and I did this, and this, and I got $1 million. And they're telling you all you got to do is do your social media and do it this many days. But they don't tell you about the things they did leading up to that time. All right. I got one woman who says, and this is an example. I was listening to her speak, and she says, yeah, I made $26 million, right? But she goes on to say, I paid $10,000. Hold on. I'm going to write this down or type this in as we go. She talked about how she would give funds. She talked about how there were people that she had working on her team with her. But I'm just going to talk about some of the things that she spoke about. She said, I gave $10,000 for some kind of mentor program. She says I gave 60,000. She talked about one time she gave $60,000 to for somebody else to help her. She talked about how she even gave $100,000 for another helper. Okay. Now, the fact that she's done it so many times, it lets you know that she has an appreciation and is willing to pay people for their services. She talked about how many people she had working for her. She's letting you know, I give. Okay. She let you know, I give. And so that means that she got to be vibratory frequency wise. Well, she's got courage at least, because she's giving, because she wants to invest in herself. She believes in herself. She's got the courage, and she knows that when I pay these people, they're going to find a way to help me to get to where I want to be. She is at least right here when she gives. I want to multiply this. That's $100,000 right there. This $600,000 right there. Here's $1 million right here. I know y'all don't get it. I'm telling you, this is a mathematical dimension. And this is right here, just looking at what she put out on this side. And she's already told us, well, I made 26 million. Right here, this is just showing you what? $1,700,000. Just if the universe returned it times 10. We're not even talking about where she got the other 26 million, because we haven't seen the other people who she's given to on her journey. But she told us this. And what I'm trying to help you to see is when somebody is coming to you and they're doing this guru thing, well, all you got to do is this, and this. And then you wonder why everybody can't receive that same thing. Everybody can't take those steps and do the same thing, because what's not talked about is the law of compensation and the universal laws. She didn't recognize, wait, I did invest in myself all these times. She only talked about 3 times 10, 60, or 100,000. She just talked about those 3 times. We don't know about all the other times she did it, all the other people she gave to where she's up here telling you about how she made $26 million. And she feels like, oh, well, it's because I did this seminar and this. Yeah, okay, those played a role. But it's the giving that you did, the investment that you did, such that the universe is going to return it to you by law. Even if you didn't do the seminar, the universe is going to find a way to get you those funds back. That's the law. I hope you're paying attention. If you got questions, let me know. I'm going to answer questions. Okay. I had another person I was listening to, and they were talking about how, oh yeah, I'm going to give up all my riches and I'm going to start over from scratch, and then I'm going to make this money in this amount of time. This was a real estate person, and it wasn't Cardone. It was another person. I can't remember what his name was, but he goes on this journey, and he's, filming the journey or what have you, and talking about how nervous he was and this and that and that. And he eventually made the money within the amount of time that he expected. But watch what he did. Because he wants to tell you, okay, see, all you got to do is you got to just go to this place and this place, and then you structure the deals and you strike the deals up. But he didn't tell you that he's got universal currency. Because he don't know about his universal currency. He think he's starting over. No, you still got a bank, sir, that's attached to you. How do I know? Because he showed at the end of his session what he did. He had gained the money that he was expecting to gain within that amount of time, because he wanted to do $1 million in a specific amount of time. And he did it. And you know what he did at the end of the session? He gave $250,000 to his friend who had some kind of bus that he went around and he would cut the hair of the homeless. He gave $250,000 to this guy. We know that's not the first time he's done that. I know that's not the first time he's given. When you do something like that, that's just in you. So I need y'all to understand, giving is a muscle that you have to build. So when I say go out and give $5 or go out and give $50, that's a muscle. People want to trip about, oh, I need to leave 10% tip for the waiter. When I go out to eat, the least amount that I'm leaving is 100. That's just me. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you how Diva Laree operates. I'm not leaving anything less than 100 unless the service was bad. And then I'm going to have a conversation and tell them why I'm only leaving them 50. But I'm not leaving anything less than 100. Because I already know. I know how the law works. I don't have no problems with it. What I'm saying to you is giving is a muscle. And the fact that this person gave $250,000 after he made his first deal, that lets you know that's in him to give. So when he felt like he was giving up everything and then started over from scratch, he wasn't taking into account his universal bank. And the universe was going to take care of him regardless of what happened. Even if he couldn't find a deal to be made, he was getting ready to get what he asked for because he had already been giving. He had a universal bank, and the universe is always going to take care of you when you take care of others. Let me say it again for the people in the back of the room. The universe is always going to take care of you when you take care of others. It's just a law. That's all it is. This is a mathematical dimension. If you want to make it show up the way you want it to, learn the laws. Start working for the universe. And you're going to see abundance real quick. Now, one other person that I saw speaking about this, and they talk about, well, I was homeless, and then I made $1 million. What I know is that she's a giver. And I could tell that she was a giver because she did start talking about universal principles and about how people, need to make sure their mindset is in order. Once again, going back to vibratory frequency. If you're constantly walking around speaking things, saying that B word, BRO, okay, if you're constantly speaking that word, then you're in a lower vibratory frequency. Money does not want to get with you. That's one of the things. The other thing is, when you are a giving person, it's going to show up in the things that you say. All right. So again, you'll hear people and they're telling you, well, do this and make money, and do this and make money, and do this and make money. I'm telling you very simply, work for the universe, because the universe has laws. One of which I use is law of compensation. And when I use that law to manifest, and I make sure that I have giving in my heart, then I already know how she returns. I don't have to question it. My bank account speaks for itself. I don't have to question it. I work for the universe. What I do is I give, whether it be knowledge, whether it be money, whether it be love, I give. And the universe sends it back. And if I put out a negative energy, she's going to get that back too. I got that too. All right. I'm going to answer some questions. I hope you all have found this information well. Thank you for that, Savvy. Thank you. All right. Let me see. Questions. This information came at the right time. We're good. Yes. Okay. Y'all don't have any questions or comments? I want to hear your comments. Thank you for your patience, my people in YouTube. I really do appreciate you. I don't know. Again, I told you I'm dealing with this, trying to get my crypto, because UNA is setting up a bank whereby our members will be able to get their currency through us. So we're clearing up that. So not only on the crypto side will our people be able to come and get funds from us, as well as any other currency, whether it be other denominations or even Federal Reserve notes. That's going to be through our bank. So we just setting that up, and had to put some software on the computer that does not sit well with the software. All right, let me get into this now. Y'all see it? Y'all see it, Dr. Pepper? Dr. Pepper. Hold on. All right. So I am dedicating this session to Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, baby, it's good and nice. Do-do-do. Because I want to give a shout out to several people tonight. First of all, Romeo, congratulations, sister. Thank you for sharing your beautiful voice with us. Thank you for sharing your beautiful energy. I'm so happy for you that you got that Dr. Pepper has stepped in and done what's right by you. So congratulations. Thank you for sharing your energy with us. Want to give a shout out to Dr. Pepper. Thank you for doing what's right by that sister. I appreciate it. And that's why I support Dr. Pepper right now. Okay. I want to just say I'm supporting it. I'm saying I'm dedicating this session to them because, we've had all kinds of situations where people have been taken advantage of, and you didn't do that. You stepped in, you did the right thing. For those of you all who don't know, Romeo had this song, or she sang this song on TikTok, and it went viral because a lot of people stepped in, and they were saying to Dr. Pepper, do what's right by this sister. So I want to play this, as a matter of fact. Put this on the screen for me, Savvy. And you all let me know if you can hear this. So I'm gonna mute over here, and I'm gonna play this. And this is Romeo.
I have a theme song for Dr. Pepper, and it goes like this. Dr. Pepper, baby, is good and nice. Doo-doo-doo. Dr. Pepper, baby, is good and nice. Doo-doo-doo. Dr. Pepper, baby, is good and nice. baby. It's good and nice. Good and nice. I have a theme song for Dr. Pepper, and it goes like this: Dr. Pepper, baby, it's good and nice. 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 Good and nice. I have a theme song for Dr. Pepper, and it goes like this: Dr. Pepper, baby, it's good and
Romeo didn't want to stop singing, did she? Thank you, Savvy. Thank you, Savvy. So Romeo put this TikTok out, and the next thing you know, it catches fire on TikTok, and everybody's saying to Dr. Pepper, "You better pay this sister. You better pay her." And so much time went by, and people were really going hard on Dr. Pepper. So the next thing you know, you see Romeo. That's her name, doing this commercial for Vita Coco, which is distributed by Dr. Pepper. And everybody's like, we're going to get on Vita Coco. But what we didn't know that Vita Coco was a Dr. Pepper product. So what happened is they took this Dr. Pepper jingle and they featured it or debuted it at the NCAA College Football National Championship on January 19, 2026. And all of us were happy. All right. We were very happy for her. We were happy for Dr. Pepper doing the right thing. And so, again, I'm just dedicating this show to Dr. Pepper. And I'm saying, thank you, Dr. Pepper, for stepping up. Thank you. Also, very importantly, I got to give a shout out to y'all. All y'all people out there, you melanated people, some of you non-melanated people who really went to bat for this sister, congratulations. Because what you did, you're flexing your muscles. Melanated folks, congratulations. All right? You're finding your voice, and in turn, you're finding your power. Congratulations to the people. And so what I'm doing, I'm giving these away. By the way, I don't drink any kind of soft drinks. I haven't done that in over 20 years. But I'm giving a toast. I want to toast Dr. Pepper, and all of you all, any of you all out there who want that 6-pack of Dr. Pepper, I want y'all to send a name, number, email. Send a name, number, email to us, and let's get you a 6-pack. If you're not on TikTok, find us, UNA University. Send us an email. And as a matter of fact, just sing it. You can sing it or type it. Dr. Pepper, baby, it's good and nice. Do-do-do. You can type it, sing it. I want to hear it. And we're going to send you a 6-pack of Dr. Pepper. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? I got the cherries over here, the cherry Dr. Pepper. I got the regular Dr. Pepper. When I used to drink Dr. Pepper, it was really good, and I did used to drink it. It was delicious. But again, I don't drink it anymore. But we toasting, and I'm giving these away. So 6-pack. First 10 people, let's go. First 10 people, let's go. Send your name, number, email. Let's get this 6-pack to you. Sing or type the words, however you want to do it. Let's go. I want to say thank you. Congratulations to you folks out there, you melanated folks. You're flexing your muscles. You're letting your voice be heard, and you gaining power. Y'all see the shift? Y'all see it? All right. So today's session, universal law of abundance. Okay. If you want it, you must give it away. You live in abundance. And if you feel like the money is not finding you, you got to change your vibratory frequency. All of this dimension, it's mathematical. It's mathematical. And the same thing with her. She shared her beautiful voice with us. She shared her beautiful energy with us. And look, she got 2 million, at least 2 million now, and then some coming. She made us smile. If you want it, you must give it away. Put out the good energy, and it's going to come back by law. A lot of people just do not They don't get that part. Let's get that, because the universe is watching you. She just got on the camera and just said, Dr. Pepper, baby, it's good and nice. Do-do-do. What is do-do-do? What is that? Is energy. That's her little, she's putting her little energy on it. And it's worth millions now. So congratulations to Romeo. Thank you, Dr. Pepper. Melanated people, you're rising. Congratulations. Let's go. We're going to see you all Friday. Diva, show some love. Get those 21. Thank you so much. Show Diva love. I am Miss Love. That's right. Thank you, Miss Love. So thank y'all for liking and sharing and subscribing. Don't forget, we are in our winter 2026 season at UNA University. So find us at unauniversity.com if you want to enroll. We're going into some powerful sessions in UNA University. If you're wanting to know anything from the spiritual side to just knowing how to stand on your trust, to being able to go after the funds that you know you're supposed to get. All right. Find us at unauniversity.com and enroll. We have our trust. We have the UNA beginner law book, so that you can really be on your journey to learning how to stand as a sovereign, okay? How to work for the universe, and how not to be concerned about whether man decides he wants to pay you or not. As long as you are in harmony with the universe, then you will always be taken care of, okay? I work for the universe. I want y'all to come work for the universe with me. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I want y'all to know I love you. I thank you. I appreciate you. We're going to see you next Friday. Dr. Pepper, baby, is good and nice. Do-do-do. I want y'all to send it in. Just send an email to us. All right, find us at UNA University. Send an email. I'm giving these 6-packs out. I'm giving these out. So you want one? Send in a message so I can send them to you. Thank you guys for all that you do. I love you. I'm out next week, Friday. Bye. Give me a hug.